Panthers. I seriously miss seeing all of your faces, but I hope you guys are being safe at home. Remember to wash your hands and don't touch your face. In these videos, I will be basing each art lesson on one of the 7 main elements of art, which are line, color, shape, form, value, space, and texture. In today's lesson, we are going to be drawing flowers and coloring them in using warm and cool colors. Option number 1 and option number 2. So today we are going to be focusing on color and space. So let's get started. So for today's lesson, you're going to need a pencil, paper, and crayons, or anything else you want to use to color it in with. If you notice, I have a placemat behind my paper. That is to protect the table. So I don't want you to get in trouble for marking on your table or wherever you're coloring on. Notice there's lots of crayon marks on here. If you don't have a placemat, then you can always just use another sheet of paper or open up a newspaper or something like that. That way you can color in, fill in the whole page without marking on anything behind it. So before we start our drawing, I want to review our color wheel. We're going to start out with our primary colors. Our primary colors are blue, red, and yellow, and they're called primary colors because you use these colors to make up all of the other colors. Any other color is going to be some combination of these, with the exception of black and white. So after that, we have our secondary colors. If you take equal parts of 2 primary colors, you'll get a secondary color. So if you mix equal parts of blue and red, you get purple. If you mix yellow and red, you get orange. And if you mix yellow and blue, you get green. So green, purple, and orange are our secondary colors. And last, we have our tertiary colors. I really like the tertiary colors. I think they're very pretty. If you mix equal parts of a primary color and a secondary color, you get a tertiary color. Now on here, you'll notice the top of the colors, green, blue, and purple are cool colors. And the colors on bottom, the yellow, orange, and red are warm colors. Whatever colors you use in a piece of art is going to have a big effect on the overall feeling of the artwork. So we're going to focus on using cool colors and warm colors today. We have 2 different sections that we're going to color in differently. So one section we're going to color in using the cool colors, and the other section we're going to color in using the warm colors. Typically, cool colors look good together and warm colors look good together. So here we go. So one last thing to talk about before we get started. Anytime I am going to draw something or paint something, I like to sketch out some ideas of where I'm going to place things on the page. This is where we're going to talk about spacing. I want you to think about how you're going to space things or the size of the objects that you're drawing are going to be. So today we're going to be drawing on a horizontal piece of paper. So I'm going to sketch out 4 horizontal boxes, and I'm going to think about some sizes and spacing of what I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw 3 flowers today. So right now I'm just going to draw 3 circles to represent those flowers in different sizes and spaces on the page to see how they would look. So first, how would it look if I had a big flower in the middle with 2 smaller flowers on the sides? Or maybe I drew a little clump of flowers far to the left. Or I could draw a clump of flowers with different sizes, large, medium, and small. Or maybe we could draw 3 little flowers the same size at the bottom center. I kind of like the lower left. I like how that looks. But doing this exercise will help you think about how things are going to look once you're done. And now we can get started drawing our flowers. So I want you to use pencil at home. I'm going to use Sharpie because I want you to be able to see it. But I want you to use pencil at home so that you can erase it if you need to. The only thing I am going to use my pencil for is, just like we sketched out our ideas, I am going to draw 3 circles and use them as guides so I know how big I want my flowers to be. So I'm going to draw one big one in the front right here, and I'll draw a slightly smaller one behind it a little bit and a little circle below. Okay? And this is just a good guide, and it helps you to kind of keep your petals similar sizes. So I'm going to start by making a point in the center of the front circle. And I'm going to start drawing kind of a big fat teardrop shape down, and it's okay if your petal goes a little bit beyond your pencil marking line. I'm going to draw 2 other large petals pointing directly to the sides of that one, and it's going to be going behind that one. Again, if you're using a pencil, it helps because then you can erase lines that maybe go past the petal line that you draw to. And last thing I'm going to do is just draw 2 side petals behind that one, and then we're going to draw some stamen in the middle, little circles at the top, and that's our first flower. The second flower, it's going to be facing up towards the right, so we're going to start by drawing 1 large petal pointing up to that right corner. We'll start about halfway down to that petal and curve it up, and don't be afraid to make it big. I think it's easy a lot of times when you're drawing to be afraid to draw things big. You want these to be big petals on these flowers. I'm going to erase some of that circle line. And now I'm going to draw 2 petals on the sides going directly out. So one out to the right, and then I'm going to draw another one directly out to the left, and it's going to be behind my first flower, so be careful with those lines. And then one pointing up, and a few more on the sides again. And then just like that first flower, we're going to draw 3 more little center things, little stamen in the middle. Now that I've drawn these, I kind of think that last circle should be a little bit lower. So I'm going to erase it, and, well, I'll redraw it just a little bit lower. Now this is going to be a bud, so the petals are going to be close together, and it's going to be pointing out to the right again. So I'm going to start with my front petal, big fat teardrop, pointing out to the right. And since it's a bud, the petals are going to be closer together, so I'll do one pointing in the same direction on the right side and the left side, and then one in the middle. So now our flowers are done, and I'm going to erase those circle lines. So when you draw those circle lines, you want them to be light, because then it'll be easier to erase. Although we are coloring it in with crayon, and so it should be covered up when you color it in. So don't worry too much about that. I'm going to get rid of my eraser dust over here, and we're going to draw 3 petals. I like to start by drawing the center vein of a petal. And since it's going behind this flower, I'm just going to lift up my marker when I draw that, and then I'll draw the sides. So that's the first leaf. I think I called it a petal before. I meant leaf. 3 leaves. Sorry. Now I'm going to draw another leaf coming out to the right. And the sides. And then one more kind of pointing up to the left corner. So I draw the center vein, and then draw the sides of that leaf. And then we're going to draw some smaller veins, like little arrows on the leaf. And you don't want to go into your petals. Just fill it in behind, so be a little careful when you do it. We are almost done, and then we can start coloring. Now I want you to choose which section you want to color with warm colors and which section you want to color with cool colors. I decided that I'm going to color my flowers and leaves with warm colors, and I'm going to do the background in cool colors. And it's your artwork, so you can color it in however you want to, as long as I want you to try and keep the warm colors together though, and the cool colors together. You could make designs in the background, you could use more than one color to fill in the leaves or the petals. So here we go. Alright guys, that's it for our lesson today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be posting one new lesson each week, so there will be more to come. I hope you guys have a good day.